Okay, we're live.
Woo.
Woohoo! Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Cultural Exchanges Facebook page. I am Anna from Studio Fig, and today we have Low Girl above me. I don't actually know if you can see it, but Low Girl is two people and Courtney Askey. And today we're going to be revisiting the live gig that we did last year, where they're both going to be playing their music, speaking to each other and answering your questions. So feel free to take part in the chat and we'll get through to those at the middle and at the end. But we're going to start with Courtney. How are you, Courtney?
I'm good. I'm a little nervous, but
oh, it feels strange to be back on doing online gigs, but it's also really fun. But don't be nervous, you're going to be amazing. But I will hand it over to you. So
yes. But yeah, thank you for having me. It's very exciting to be playing this annual celebration. So I'm going to play a few songs. They're all new. This one is so new that I finished it this afternoon. So really anything could happen. So that's exciting. Let's give it a go, see what happens. It's called Ghostwriter. Good, I am guarded. Look at my body made from glass, all action under the night sky. Master bridge, burner, pure theater. I'll wear my gloves and admit I've never been able to write. Fantasy, a lover you met at the bar, or the spy undercover who lied and broke your heart. I want to move to Silver Lake, but I'll put a pin in it. I need to go and get more because my pen collection's depleted. All I wanted to do was exist within you, and in doing so, exist within me too. And so I'll burn my bridges, scratch the edges of my suburban adult brain, and try to do it again. It's the prize on the shelf, it's the way you view yourself, Holy Ghost and worst daughter, so familiar. It's the sleep talking, it's the predator bulking, whispering to the moon, and she's talking back to you. Step into your skin, control your limbs, and I'll like everything I write in your hand. In your hand. language that I once knew, bookmarking all the things that I won't go in for, force feeding all the things that I had it in for. I'll step into your skin, control your limbs, and I'll like everything I write in your hand, in your hand.
Thank you. Yeah, so that was very new, like exceedingly new, maybe too new, but I like it, so I thought I'd do it anyway. So this song is a song that I played last time we did this. That made a fun bubbling noise. It's called Fruits Catching Fire. Yes, it goes like this.
A surface slippering in silver, bathed in moonlight. There's no way to get any purchase. My hands are weak and dripping. Covered in forbidden fruit, forgotten roots. I cast my skin to the wind. I shaved all the hair from my body to be swift in the water. I'll outlast them always. I'll train to hit so hard they'll taste blood just here in my doubt fed through an ivy can only last so long before it weaponizes. It was like seeing a house on a foundation of sand crumble into dust. In the end, the monolith will stand strong, but weaker than before. I think I can sleep now. Everyone I love is here. And it's stars that I'm seeing. It's stars that I'm seeing.
Oh my gosh, that was so beautiful. What a lovely way to start, friends. Thank you so much, Courtney. Wow. We're going to move on to logo now, which is Sarah and Toby. Are you guys good? Are you ready to play?
Yeah, I got very distracted because that was really lovely.
Same, I was there like
Playing.
almost hypnotized. So amazing. Well, we'll try and hypnotize us next time. There you go. I'm joking, but I'll head over to you guys to play some of your music before we have a chat.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hello.
Okay.
This first song we're going to play is called Okay Someday, and it's about wanting to be okay someday.
Clever.
Thank you. I wouldn't know if I knew. Can you read me? Tapping down on my skin, all I needed. I would have wanted you to see me feeling true. It's all for you. Words are a danger to me. I'm scared of what they'll do. It's all for you. Higher I'll fly, and lower I'll fall. I've got a feeling that I'll be okay someday. I've got a feeling that I'll be okay someday. I've got a feeling that I'll be okay someday. It's just a feeling that I'll be okay someday, but not the way I thought I would, and not before it's dark and stuff today. And not the way I thought I would, and not before it's dark and stuff today. I've got a feeling that I'll be okay someday. It's just a feeling that I'll be okay someday. I've got a feeling that I'll be okay someday. It's just a feeling that I'll be okay someday. Okay someday. Hey. Okay someday. That was okay. Someday. I just got to kick Toby out of the frame now because
She always does this.
I do always kick him out of the frame.
Okay. Go for it. Do your thing.
This is a song I wrote recently called Spite, and it's my favourite one to play at the moment, so I thought I'd play it today. Pick the picture with the prettiest smile. What's the point of doing anything right? I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. Should I stare into the screen or sky? Try to work out where my purpose lies. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. You really think you got me going? It's better not to know. You really think you got me going? You gotta let me go. You're a hug going on too long, too tight. Pick a feeling with no end in sight. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. You think I want this? I try to ignore it, and I do. I do. You said you like me, you do it to spite me, and you do. You do. You really think you got me going? It's better not to know. You really think you got me going? You gotta let me go. Talking to you. Talking to her. I have no idea how this sounds. This could be like no vocals at all and just piano and me looking insane.
This sure sounds good.
It's the weirdest setup I think we've ever done.
Can I ask Courtney to nod? Does it sound okay?
Okay,
It
okay.
does. Okay.
Oh,
Oh.
there we go. This next one is our EP is coming out on Friday,
Yeah.
and this song is on it. is on it.
It's on it. You won't believe
And
how
it's
on it.
called, it's so on it. It's called Andreas. So take it away.
Oh, yeah. Once I woke up in your bed, arm tucked under your head. I was so restless, restless. On the steps of an alleyway, you reached out your hand, but I pulled it away. I was so restless, restless. All the way home, all the way home. Take your time, you know I'm waiting. I know I can be frustrating, but I can ask of you to give me the chance. I blew and I treated you like a statue, good to look but not to touch. You walked around me like I would break if you reached right out to touch. To touch. I'm in over my head with all the things I said to hurt you. And I cannot move on with all the things I've done to hurt you. Once I woke up in your bed, the sky was a blue from a book that I read. I was so restless, restless. And I swiped on a name or two. I never thought that would burst into your room. I was so restless, restless. All the way home. It's all that I've known. It's why I'm alive. I work 9 till 5 on Mondays, and I'm free like every Sunday. But I can ask of you to give me the chance. I blew and I treated you like an option, like a bidder at an auction. How could I do that? I swear I'm better. In fact, I'm cured.
from me to you, and I'm sorry from me to you, from Once I woke up in your bed, the ground neither of us knew how to tread. I felt so stupid, stupid, all the way home. Oh,
That was a song.
That was a song. Thank you. That was our first 3 songs.
Yeah.
That was so good. Well done.
Yeah.
There's like people are asking questions away
Okay.
the comments, which is great. But I just thought I'd pop on just to say that there are comments. So I don't know if you guys want to do questions first and then chat afterwards, or
Yeah, sure thing. I don't want to do
I'm
it.
okay. Yeah.
I don't know. I was seeing them. I was like, I don't know if we'll get enough time. Okay.
Okay. Pick a select few.
There's some really lovely comments too. So make sure you watch back the live stream.
We'll relive it
Mhm.
frame by frame.
Luann asked, what is the egg on the keyboard?
Oh, okay.
This guy.
Oh, it's an alien.
He's our egg shaker. We take him everywhere.
Yeah, we do.
We actually use him at gigs now.
Mhm.
Amazing. Best song to play live. Courtney can go first.
It feels like live is a distant concept. I don't know. I've not really played a huge amount of gigs really in the past 2.5 years. So it's hard to say because all my material is new. You know what? Actually, I'm a really big fan of one particular cover I've been doing since I was like 17, just because it's so much fun to play. I just love whacking it into a set. And it's called Satan and St. Paul by, I want to say John Fulbright. It's kind of like a cool Americana-y song. And it's just like the most fun to play. So that's mine. It's not my song, but it's a fun one.
That's so fun. How about you guys, Logo?
What do you think?
Oof.
It'd be interesting if you have different ones.
We probably will. I don't know. I really like. We have a unreleased song called Foxtrot, but I do really like playing live.
Yeah, Toby
It's,
does.
Anna knows it. Anna knows this song.
Do I?
Maybe. Do you not?
Okay, ahead of
Oh,
yourself.
no. Okay.
Yeah.
It's good fun. It's very dramatic, especially the ending.
Yeah, Toby gets to slam the keys.
I get to literally press any note I want because it ends with like madness. So.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
What's yours, Sarah?
I think it's the second one I played there at the moment. I think because I wrote it so recently, it's like I'm the most connected to it. But probably Spiked.
Spiked.
Yeah.
That was gorgeous.
Thank you.
Okay, let's. If you don't get them answered, we can answer them later. I'm trying to like go up and down so that everybody gets. Oh, this is a good one. Any gigs you guys have coming up that you're excited for? ?
I saw you're relaunching, Courtney.
Yeah. yeah, I've taken a bit of a break from playing live, really, not properly. Like a half break, I'd say. I've got a droopy microphone. Oh no. But I am playing a show in July in Leicester. There will be more, but that's currently the one that I'm allowed to post about. And it's a fundraiser. It's called Access All Areas is the name of the show, and there's loads of really great people playing. It's like a full weekender. So yeah, that's gonna be great.
That's cool.
Amazing.
What's the venue?
It's at Duffy's, I think. I believe Duffy's in Leicester. I hope so.
We could always update people if anything's wrong and pop links in. There's been oh wait, logo. Sorry, just skip over you guys.
We don't know. We're at the moment we're rehearsing for the biggest gig of our life. We're going to Texas in 2 weeks and we're playing at South by. But then we have like a mini little tour afterwards around the UK. It's a weird time to tour. I don't think we're quite big enough to tour, but as a headline. But we're giving it a go anyway. Sure. We're seeing how it goes. But yeah, a few days.
You've got busy times ahead.
Very, yeah.
There's I'll like end asking questions on this one, then we can see what happens next. But there's been a few questions around a similar theme, so I thought if I just go speak about this, I'll then disappear and you can talk about it, and then if you want to carry on playing you can afterwards. But it's a lot about like advice for songwriting and what's your kind of songwriting process and how do you get from like the idea to the final product. So take it away whilst I disappear.
We were literally just talking about this the other day because I find that if I'm writing on the piano, I don't know about you, Courtney, but I end up writing really sad stuff. But if I write on anything else, like recently I've started trying to write on the bass because then I come up with more like upbeat things. I don't know about you.
Bit riffier. I feel like everything I write is a little melancholic. So I don't think I've ever written anything that's like not. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think so. Although maybe for me it's the opposite, I think. I feel like when I play anything to do with keys, I tend to not. I wrote a whole song with that single minor chord, and that's like the first time it's ever happened, and that was on keys. So that I feel like that that's the opposite for me. But yeah, it was finding it interesting to find out what people's process are. How do you write a song? Like what comes first?
I think for me, often it's like I have to have an idea of a melody in my head. Like everything I do is really like melody based, and I don't really think of the other parts at that point. I just think of a melody or a riff, and then I sing it, and then I figure out the chords, and then I go from there. But I know you work quite differently when you're writing parts.
Yeah.
Because Toby knows a lot about drums. Like he knows more about rhythm, and I know nothing about that kind of thing.
I've got the rhythm on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just fill it out with more like the textural, spacey stuff. I think you're like trained in knowing, music structure and stuff.
I pride myself on being very.
I know like nothing about music. I just wing it every time. But if it sounds good, then it's probably good. That's my motto.
Best way. I find it interesting people who write the lyrics first. I don't know about you, because I can't do that at all.
I write the lyrics first.
I can tell because they're always lyrically really good. But it's kind of like, yeah. That's the main thing.
I think for me, I'm fully self-taught and just kind of literally have been winging it the entire time. And I don't feel like I'm a musician. I feel like I'm a writer more than anything. And the music kind of is like a vehicle for the rest. And I just kind of have to have that. So yeah, lyrics come first and then just kind of suffer through and see what happens with music. So it's cool to hear that you both have like a different process. I feel like that makes an interesting dynamic in a band.
It is really useful because I used to be very neurotic about like writing with anyone else. I would just write my stuff and I wasn't very good at collaborating. But Toby is really, I'm going to talk about him like he's not here. He's really good at like ambience and like creating the whole atmosphere. Like I'll come to him with an idea and then he will make it sound like a song.
Yeah, I mean, if I come up with chords first, there's always chords that Saz struggles to sing because I don't know her range. So
I don't know mine. I always write
make
songs
it
out of
myself.
my range.
Yeah.
But it's useful because sometimes Toby, I think for something we wrote recently, he'd written something called, what was it, Spooky?
Oh, Spooky Tune.
Spooky Tune. And I was like, this is amazing. Why haven't you shown me this? And then we wrote the song that day and it was like our favourite one.
I love that. I always find it funny that like the titles that you give songs when they're just ideas, they're always something completely ridiculous. I love Spooky Tune. How spooky are we talking?
It's pretty spooky.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fairly spooky.
That's the one that's Foxtrot now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Toby's favourite one. But
not just because I did the stuff.
it is definitely his usually, yeah.
Oh, that's super cool.
What's your favourite song name that you've written? Like the name?
Oh, song name. I think honestly, because it's the most recent, but the one I finished writing today that I called Ghost Writer, because the song is kind of about, it's about wanting to write but then hating everything you write, because I was really just kind of had forever, but like the past year specifically, of just writing stuff and immediately just wanting to put it in the bin and just hating everything and just like super frustrated. And then I was kind of going through a period of thinking about why I like the musicians that I like and why do I like what they write, and even when the stuff I write maybe it is the same, like if I'm using the same notes or the same lyrical stylings or you know anything like that, and it's like, why do I hate what I'm writing but love what they write? Is it just because they are who they are and not me? So I was thinking, right, okay, so if somebody that I really love wrote this song, would I like it? And that's basically what the song is about.
I love that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Because I completely relate to that, hating everything you write. Like I've been through a period of time where I haven't really been writing much, and I felt the same thing, and I kept thinking, like, I used to write songs that were a bit more lyrically, I don't know, a lot more thought was put into the lyric side of things, but recently everything I'm writing has been like kind of designed to be a single, and so I've been thinking more upbeat and not much about lyrics, and I keep thinking like Phoebe Bridgers songs are just like lyrically, and like Mitski as well, they're so good, and I'm like, why am I not doing that at the moment? I'm trying to push myself to, but
they sat on songs for like years though.
Yeah,
I did see that.
I suppose as well, like thinking about how many songs they must write and we don't even see, that would be amazing.
And also they have so much time in the studio. I was trying to remind myself that, like, I was going through, because I'm that weird, I was going through Phoebe Bridgers' story of when she was in the studio recording Punisher, and it was like over the course of a year, and I was like, oh god,
heaven.
What a heaven that would be.
Oh, if only. Yeah, I feel like it's real. It does affect your process when you're writing at home or you know in whatever space that you have, and then when you get into the studio, it's a process of, okay, we've got 7 hours. What can we do?
No, it's the time pressure of like, you prioritize certain things, but then you don't really have the time to develop it more. I'd love
like
that.
the experimentation of it. How experimentational is that a word? Experimental. It's not experimentational. It's adding syllables for no reason. How experimental do you go when you're writing in your process?
We try and, like, because studio time is so expensive, we try and make the demo as fleshed out as we can.
Yeah.
The one thing we really can't record at home is vocals and drums and guitars and stuff, but Toby makes the whole soundscape at home. Most of the stuff we release is Toby's soundscape.
Yeah, I think it's the lead synth line for Big Now. Was recorded on that really old free software that I used at uni, LMMS. LMMS, it's hard to say. But I make most of my parts at home.
I think Toby, like, you do a lot of like the experimenting.
Yeah.
We're so neurotic, like we get there exactly like 20 minutes early. We put as much time as we can in because it's so like, it's really not enough time. I don't know about you, but
yeah, no matter how long, it's never enough. Like you just want to be there forever and keep going until you're like on the floor and tired, and because it's so draining. It's such a like all exhausting experience, but in like the best possible way.
No, very true. There's like, it's a really good feeling to come out of it, like you went there with nothing and you're not sure what you're going to come out with, but you did it.
Yeah, definitely. Also, you mentioned Big Now, banger,
Thank you.
a real banger.
That was the first upbeat song, really.
Yeah,
that we did. So it was a challenge, but it was fun.
Yeah, it's really great. And also, congratulations on South by Southwest and your show. It's so exciting.
We're really excited. We just don't know what to pack because it's like some days it says it's 29 Celsius and other days it's saying 1 Celsius.
Oh, wow.
I think they're having like another ice storm. So
yeah, I don't know what's going to happen.
We're sharing a room, we're sharing a suitcase, we're going to figure it out.
Yeah. Amazing. You can just share a wardrobe.
We are pretty much. We borrow each other's clothes anyway.
That's amazing. Have you ever been to like that area before?
Weirdly, I've been to Texas before when I was little because when I lived in Africa, and it's going to make fun of me for even mentioning this, we had some Texan friends and then we went to visit them when I was 8 and it was the craziest experience. There's so much food. And I went to like one of those mega churches.
Oh yeah, nice.
Very interesting. It'll be interesting to go back. I'm really excited. Hopefully we're going to get to see them even.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, they might come and see us.
That's amazing. Do you find like, I mean, obviously you went there when you were young, so maybe not there necessarily, but is there any like places that you find that are really inspirational or like the sound is something, because like when I think of Texas, it's just got such a specific sound and so many people have gone through and it's pretty incredible. Are there any places for you that have that?
What do you think? Because for me, it's like any kind of, I feel like I have a real connection to the Lake District or any kind of place that's really in the kind of, so pretentious, in the northern countryside. But I find that I would be able to write folky stuff really easily if I was in that setting.
Totally. Yeah, it makes sense. Big fan of cities, I guess. Like it doesn't make much sense to me, but I always feel more inspired when I'm in a city. But then I also really like being places that are quiet. But yeah, I don't know. It's like a funny thing where when you go from somewhere that's not quiet until like having this moment of peace, and then all of a sudden everything you've been mulling over kind of catches up with you, and it's hard to know where it comes from, like which part.
Yeah, like especially like London. I remember when I was having to travel in there recently every day, I would just sit on these steps on Liverpool Street and play Aphex Twin on my phone, and like everything would be completely quiet in my ears and like all piano-y, but there was like all this like noise bustling around. I found that fun. And there's also this song by Sufjan Stevens that's 25-minute long.
Oh, Possible So.
And I would start it at the beginning of my tube journey and it would play all the way through to the end. And for some reason, every time I was going through the tube station, there'd be people walking through at the exact time another weird instrument would start, and it felt very, very fun for me.
Yeah, those moments are amazing. Like that like relationship we can have with music to like set a scene.
Do you like ever think about like music videos ideas, like when you're, I don't know, listening to music and seeing things around you? Because that's how I come up with stuff
all the time. Yeah. Constantly, you know, like the whole thing of like when you're sat on the bus and you're listening to music and like looking out the window and it's all very like emotional. Yeah, like that with everything ever. Not necessarily for my own music, I find it really hard to visualize what I would do with that, but for other people's, oh yeah, got so many ideas.
I think it's hard to visualize videos for songs that are like melancholic for some reason. I find it easy to make funny videos, or at least funny to me, but not easy to make something. I find it hard to take myself seriously in a video.
Yeah, totally.
I never know what to do.
Yeah, I feel like you don't see many like comedy sad songs. Not really. I mean, say that, but
apart from
Father John Misty, maybe.
Father John Misty, but also what's his face? James Blake.
James Blake. Oh yeah, James Blake. He does a good job of that.
I recommend "Say What You Will." It's a really good video.
Nice.
The only one where I sing it down.
Good song.
I popped my head in because you started speaking about inspiration. A few people have asked some inspiration-based questions, but I know that they're so you need time to think about like inspiration and recommendations. So know that I'm going to ask that.
Okay. Yeah, we could do that after.
Like top 3 recommendations too. So
okay.
Not thinking. But yeah, I thought I'd pop in just to let you know. Like, we'll speak about that later. But yeah, do you want to play some more music?
Yes. I believe I'm going next.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think my microphone is being less droopy now, so we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna just wiggle it around a little bit more. Yeah, so this song is not meant to be played on the keys at all. But I figured for today it would make it easier if I just did everything on them. And I'm very lazy, so I tried. But this song I actually recorded on Friday in its proper form with a guitar. So this will be coming out at some point in the near future. Yeah, so stay tuned to find out at some point. If you follow me online, I'll be talking about it nonstop. So it's called Near Heaven.
Dropping off the map, I haven't slept through a night for years. I've had fitful dreams of creatures in the midday sun, disappointing my family again. Chaos at all roads ahead. When I go, I can take you down to the very bottom. Deep blue sea where the weeds have rotted, with the strongest currents and the strangest friends. It'll be near heaven, and there's never any begging in it. In a sense, there's barely any left of it. But I'll take anything I can get. I'll miss you when you're gone. I know you'll miss me too, despite your pleas. Who doesn't love a fight? It's a battle of the wits to win the title. It's a race you'll never miss. You always take the mile. Did you know I've been in on the joke from the very start? In the wings, playing every part, stage directing the perfect illusion. There's clown paint right here underneath my face paint. I'm up on the stage, you've come in late. You'll be watching me from the stars. Sometimes you're just in the mood to be enlightened, and sometimes you're just screwed. I'll never leave you there, and I'll go to a place where it's warm and it never rains. I know I'm a ghost, but the fairy remains. You can't be haunted by what was never there. It'll be near heaven, and there's never any begging in it. In a sense, there's barely any left of it. But if I don't start now, how will I quit while I'm ahead?
Nothing worse than hitting the wrong key on the last note, is there? Yeah, I'm gonna play a couple more songs. I'm just gonna get my little set list. Yeah, so that's Near Heaven. Makes more sense on a guitar, actually, turns out. And a surprise to no one. Okay. This one is also a song that I played last time, and at the time it was very fresh and new. Yeah, so this one is called Watching from the Gallery. And it refers to a not like an art gallery, but like a medieval court gallery. You know, like a medieval hall where you like sit on a balcony. That's the one. I feel like it makes more sense with context. It's just when you need a song, you have to explain.
All through the night we drove and the thread turned red. To the panic I called you. You said you thought I'd call somebody new. And in the service you were proud. I feel the presence of a God I don't believe in. In the marks left by skilled hands 1,000 years ago. I clawed at tripwires and dynamite fuses. Stepped on a minefield with stilettoed feet and tricked the worms. I'm in the target's shoes, and I'm in the gallery with a gun. I'm left alone, and I'm having fun. Give it so many months. Then meet me in the middle of a golden field. At night you have to hold on to yourself, and it's real. Palms wet and trembling, because going's all we know. Yeah, going's all we know. And suddenly the going got tough. The going got tough. The winds now are rough.
Okay, gonna play one more song. This one is also incredibly new, super new. As in, this is another one I finished today. I don't know why I decided today was the day to start doing this, but apparently it was. Yeah, this song is it's a love song for my friends, because I love my friends. I feel like there should be more love songs for people's friends.
The world's moved on, but I'm still sitting here with my smiles from yesterday. It feels so good to be close to someone in the lobby of the Rainbow's End. And we're laughing. I'm just two kids in a trench coat making a dick joke, and we're laughing. We've been through it, but now we're at the Rainbow's End. The fire is burning, and we're singing at the Rainbow's End. Big waves came and took the sun, but we're still bathing in the moonlight. And I love you, I really do, I love you, even when the sky came crashing down around you. Floating to the surface and spitting out salt, standing on the chairs in the lobby of the Rainbow's End. We've been through it, but now we're at the Rainbow's End. The fire is burning, and we're singing karaoke at the Rainbow's End.
Thank you.
That was so good.
Yeah.
We were just sitting here like discussing
Yeah.
and listening, but discussing. It's me.
Is that? We're
Yeah.
going straight up. Whoa.
This song is called Living Alone, and someone saw me play this recently and thought I was dissing my hometown because I talk about never going back to the town where you're from.
It is Henry.
But this was one of the songs where I was trying to not write from my perspective, and I was trying to imagine a scenario where someone talked about leaving home all the time, and then when they finally moved to the city, they felt really lonely. It sounds so cliche. Moved to the big city. But yeah, hope you enjoy. Shadows on the wall, watching you call. This is a lost time. I'm living alone. Yeah, I'm feeling fine. Are you online? This is a downside of living alone. Living alone. Oh, oh, oh. And I won't ever go back to the town where I was from. You can never make me, convince me, 'cause I'm already gone. Yeah, I'm already gone. I can't read the signs. They're changing all the time, and I can't keep up. I'm feeling fine. There's something on your mind, 'cause I can keep up. And I won't ever go back to the town where I was from. You can never make me, convince me, 'cause I'm already gone. Yeah, I'm already gone. There's something on your mind. Cause I'm already gone. I'm gone. Shadows on the wall, watching you call. This is a lost time. I'm living alone. I'm living alone. I'm living alone. That was so scary for us to play. We're used to having my brother keep time the whole way through.
That song's very like drum heavy, sort of no drums. It's a bit scary.
And usually I was a bit too scared because I thought this might be a bit too loud.
Yeah.
But, you know.
It works, it works.
This next song is kind of in my collection of songs that for some reason are a long statement, and it's called I Don't Want Any Part in This.
Brackets in this.
Yeah, that's because it wouldn't fit on the page.
Okay.
I wrote this kind of last year. I wrote this last year. I had a really bad experience on a train, and I wanted to write something about where I was at that time in my life, so it kind of alludes to that, and just feeling really like, I don't know what to do with myself anymore. So yeah, here it is. In a restaurant, you joke that you weren't enough to please me. Yeah, it's never enough. I'm bound to be sad 'cause I get greedy. You are feeling depleted. You are seeing things straight. Don't you know that you are the first thing on my mind? It feels like I am getting left behind. On the 125, I found that a man was on my knees, and it felt like the niceness was sucked away from me. I am feeling depleted. I haven't been myself for a few weeks. They say that you are getting left behind. It feels like I am losing all the time. Saying, what do I want? Nothing is loud enough to reach me. 'Cause I get what I want. I look around and I feel empty. You are feeling depleted. You are seeing things straight, and it's so good. And it's so good. And it's so good. I don't want any part in this. We did. Why are you clapping? This last one we're doing is called Driveway, and I've only worked on this with Toby.
That's me.
We hadn't played it in a long time, and as a panic, we thought about doing it today, and we remembered the chords, so
I
we're
can't
going to do
believe
it.
I remembered it.
I can't believe I
I'm
remembered
such a
it.
bad brain.
But this song is kind of about it's about self-loathing. And it's just about kind of being self-aware of your flaws but feeling like you keep just making the same mistake. So that is what this fun little song's about. Things feel colder today. Slept through the night with a duvet. Time won't figure me out. Used to feel loved on a Sunday. But I'm stuck on you. But I don't love you. So why do you still take up all of the space in my bed? Call it relief. I need to please. Why do you still take up all of the space in my head? I've been dreaming of better days, when to hide and when to hold. I've been dreaming my life away. Things my friends when they stay, kind to the man in the driveway. Times I shouldn't exist. Push you around to get my way. But I'm stuck on you. But I don't love you. So why do you still take up all of the space in my bed? Call it relief. I need to please. Why do you still take up all of the space in my bed? I've been dreaming of better days, when to hide and when to hold. I've been dreaming my life away. wasn't part of it. There we go.
That's a sad song.
Yeah,
That
why
was
did we go with that?
amazing.
Thank
Gorgeous.
you.
Thank you both so much for like playing the most gorgeous music. Some comments too have said, like, from people that have watched this last year to now, you guys have got really sad. I'm joking. So it's so lovely to literally exactly a year, well, to the week, like check back in with you guys and kind of see what you're creating. Hopefully we can do it again next year and it can be in person.
Yeah.
Would be gorgeous. Let's go back to the inspiration talk, but also just so I feel like last year we did this too, it is 9:15 now, so I don't want to take up all of your evening just chatting about stuff, so yeah, let me go through. One of the ones I found quite funny, which maybe would be fun to talk about, is your funniest gig story. And then we can, Courtney has one.
Too many.
I'm excited for this now.
I feel like musician funny is maybe different to not. Do you know? I don't know if you know what I mean, but like funny for me is probably quite bleak for other people. Oh gosh, which one? There's been so many ridiculous. Okay, I feel like I'm not going to name any names.
That's my
at any point. I played one show. This was pretty early on, really, in my career, and it was like a citywide festival kind of deal. So I was probably about 17 at the time, I reckon. So it was like a while ago, and they had all these like unconventional venues, and it was on like all day, all night for like however, I don't know if it's just one day maybe, and it was, you know, like a really great event for the city, and anything that brings like multiple venues is incredible. It just happened to be that I had a pretty like bizarre experience of that. I played in a hotel lobby of a hotel that's like a brand new hotel, like not like a old stately one, like just like a hotel, and I kind of got there and there was literally no one. Like it was me and my dad and my friend, and that was it. I think all the funniest ones tend to have a turnout of about 3 people, so
Yes.
and I was also, I think it's important to add, I was wearing an outfit made of I feel like 100% man-made fabrics, like just plastic basically, and I like stood at the sort of stage area, which is just a part of the hotel lobby, and like had my guitar and my amp and everything, and I plugged in and I went to sing, and I like mildly electrocuted myself on the microphone and was like, whoa, just got electrocuted by the microphone. The guy was like, no you didn't, it's fine. I'm like, but I'm telling you, right, like, dude, I just got electrocuted a little bit. He was like, okay, just do it again. I was like, okay, sure. I did it again, got electrocuted again. And he came over and was doing this and being like, I'm not getting electrocuted. I'm like, yeah, man, probably because I'm wearing like plastic right now and I want a carpet. It's not going to help. And there's like the circuit happening with my amp and me and the carpet and the hotel. It was just ridiculous. And I'm still there, and I had like a half an hour set, and I was playing to the entire time to my dad and my friend, and you could kind of hear guests checking in very loudly, more than me. A coffee machine occasionally going in the background. It was just absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, so that was probably one of the funniest ones. Again, quite a little bleak, but for me, very funny.
Weirdly, one of my funny ones was also a microphone shocking time where I was getting really thrown off by it. It was I think I cried.
Yeah, I remember that.
This is like a 2-part thing, but for that one, we played our sound check, and then immediately afterwards, there was no one there apart from the band we were supporting, and then we were like, okay, and we just played the set again, just to that band.
To
and
the
it was
other
like,
band, yeah.
Cool. But we were talking about yesterday the tombola, if you want to tell that one.
Oh, the tombola one. Okay, yeah, there was we did like a little it was like a charity gig, right?
It was a charity gig, but one of the best paid gigs we've ever done.
Yeah,
and it was really early
nice.
on, so we were really
weird considering it's charity.
Yeah.
We
were like, are you sure you don't want this?
No, apparently it's for us. Yeah, we got on stage and we started playing. We're prepping up, and we played the very first note of the first song, and then the woman came to the front of the stage and just by the way, the tombola's starting right now. If anyone wants to get in,
Yeah, she grabbed the mic off me and was like,
Yeah.
the tombola's starting now, and she looked at me and was like, are you gonna enter? And I was like,
We're
well, it's about to close, and I was like, I know, but I need to play right now.
It's not like you could get confused that we weren't playing because we were on a proper stage.
It was a proper stage. She
Yeah.
just came on, was just really aggressive.
That's amazing.
Oh
The
my
audience was mostly children as well.
It was. They played Baby Shark before we went on.
Yeah.
The best intro song ever.
Yeah,
I know.
it gets them back up.
You should have that. You should reenact that in a future music video, the tombola.
Yes.
By the way, I just thought you'd find this interesting, Courtney and logo, but Nancy commented saying, I swear I played the same lobby and got electrocuted by the mic. Can't be a coincidence.
Yeah, it sounds like it probably was the same gig.
Okay, back to the inspiration stuff from can you remember what was inspiring you when I asked last year? Probably not, but has kind of what you find inspirational, what you use for inspiration changed within the past year? Is it something that constantly changes, or you kind of go to the same type of thing each time you want to be inspired, if you go and actively do something to get inspired, or if it's, do you know what I'm trying to say?
I know what you're
I
trying
think
to
so.
say.
Maybe.
Yeah. I feel like I know the answer, my answer. Yeah, I feel like, this time last year was such a weird situation to be in, and so inspiration was a strange beast. Back then it was odd. It was how am I even writing right now? I feel like I don't have a brain cell in my body. This is amazing.
Yeah.
And it really did come from nowhere. When I was writing last year, the kind of weird non-songs I was coming up with, and I was genuinely, I think the time we were recording this, I think this was a problem last time, was when I was trying to think of people to recommend, and inspiration people. I was just listening to the Venga Boys and just pure Euro trash, and it was so good, but also not relevant in my head, not relevant, but at the same time maybe it was, because I wasn't writing pop songs, but I was writing the exact opposite of what I was listening to, so maybe there's something in that. But yeah, so weird time. I feel like now maybe I'm not in that place anymore. some inspiration has grown up a little bit since then. Feeling slightly less insane. So I think I always have one thing in particular or two things in particular I always do if I'm trying to get inspired actively. One is to go and look around secondhand bookshops and just look at everything, and just look at books, not necessarily read them, just know they're there. And I always find that really interesting. You can kind of piece ideas together just by reading titles sometimes. And also there's a film that I watch it every 6 months, or every time I need to get inspired, and it's 20,000 Days on Earth. It's a film by two artists called I forget which way around their second names are. I think it's Ian Forsyth and Jane Pollard, and it's a kind of semi-fictional documentary / day in the life of Nick Cave, and it's just so odd. And it's a film I watch every time I need to feel inspired, because it's just filmically incredible, unlike anything else I've ever seen. And also just hearing him talk is really inspiring, because he's just a kind of the way he talks is so eloquent and interesting. But the film itself is just incredible. The editing, every time I watch it I make people watch it with me and start screaming this cut is so perfect. But yeah, so that's my go-to inspiration.
I want to watch that now.
I wrote it down whilst you were. I was with my pen upside down. I wrote down the title. How about you guys?
That's a really artsy way to find inspiration. I like that. I wish I was that interesting.
What's your inspiration, Sarah?
What's my inspiration? I just have to be really sad. I have to I have to write out of necessity. I have to be feeling I can't talk about how I'm feeling, so I have to get it out there somehow. It's very rare that I write a song when I'm in a good mood, so I have to be really upset. I don't know about you.
Mhm.
Even the happy ones.
Where's my inspiration? I don't know, because you're normally the person that makes the actual structure of the songs, and then I kind of like add bits.
Spooky tunes, though, you came up with that. No prompting.
I do like spooky tunes.
You make a lot of the music videos and like the kind of design aspect of logo, which is equally
That's true. I do that thing. Yeah. Yeah, inspiration. I guess like films and stuff. I don't know.
I feel like when you're playing around with software, that's usually when you end up making something.
It's fun, like, I know what I'm inspired by, then when I get asked about it, I completely forget everything I've ever seen or heard.
I feel that.
I felt like when we were in the depths of lockdown, I can't believe we're still talking about COVID, but it's important to be speaking about it. I felt like I was like actively trying to find inspiration so much more than now, which obviously makes sense, but to the point where I almost would be like, you know, I need to feel inspired today. Like that was like the objective, which I feel like for me at least just never works. Like finding inspiration to then create something.
Like I do get the whole film thing though, because if I watch a film and because I can often feel kind of like I'm kind of coasting, but if I watch a film and it kind of sometimes like you can feel sad, but it's not like something that you're really aware of, but then you watch something that kind of communicates to that part of you, and then it brings it out for me. Like same with listening to music, like if I feel particularly inspired by what another artist is doing, I'll be like, oh, I want to write something as good as that. Like
yeah, because you never know when the inspiration is gonna hit you.
No, it's really hard.
Yeah, totally.
Like my manager the other day was saying, "Oh, where's the next single? Have you written another single?" I literally was like, "Stop asking me. I can't think about it. If you ask me, I'm not going to be able to write anything." And then as soon as we had that conversation, I then wrote something. You just can't force it. But apart from that time, it's just
yeah, he needs to call you up more often. No, that's funny. The one that like people asking is like, what would you recommend? Somebody said 3 artists you'd recommend, but I feel like that's so specific. But for people that are watching, I think it will be nice, especially for people from last year that that people that are still following the Cultural Exchanges playlist are legends. I'll update it this year with the songs that you guys recommend. But like any music or anything, what would you recommend people consume maybe that you've enjoyed within the last year?
Yeah. Sorry, go on.
No, you. I was saying.
Oh, okay. For me, a really inspiring piece of media and also moment in time that I had was reading Warren Ellis's book Nina Simone's Gum, which was something that actively inspired me to write a song about feeling about how we feel about our like icons that we look up to. It's a really gorgeous book about a really interesting story, which again, this all comes full circle because they reference the story, like the story is told in 20,000 Days on Earth, and that was like the first time he ever told anybody. And it was basically the whole book is about how in, I think it was 1999, Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds curated a music festival with Nina Simone headlining. It was one of her last ever shows. And she was just obviously this incredibly powerful force of nature as a musician. But she was very old and very unwell, and she was very frail. But she went to this like show, and just this transformative thing happened when she got on stage and became this other person. But basically, it was about this show, and she got on the stage and she had a piece of chewing gum in her mouth, and she took it out and she put it on the piano. And then after the show, Warren Ellis saved the chewing gum and put it in like a bag and looked after it for 25 years, or however long. And it's all about his relationship with having this relic from this person who was his like biggest inspiration, biggest ever musical inspiration. And about the process that happens of you become like assigning meaning to this thing that otherwise means nothing. So that was really inspiring for me, and it's a really lovely story about artists, and how actually every artist you look up to looks up to another artist, and then they look up to somebody else, and it's just this endless cycle of things happening. So I'd really recommend that book. That was great. I think around the same time I started listening to his band, which is an instrumental band called Dirty Three, who are really great and kind of quite a cinematic feel to their music. So if you like instrumental cinematic music, perfect. It's really the kind of thing you listen to and you walk around and you feel like you're in a film. And I always find things like that really inspiring.
That's right.
Gorgeous. How about you guys?
What would you say, Toby?
Okay.
You always know the hottest new artists at the moment.
Okay, I'll start with a hot new artist. I really enjoying the new album by Black Country New Road. Ants from Up Here, one of them. I should know the name of it. But it's insanely good work. It's kind of interesting because like the lead singer quit the band the week before this brand new album came out, just because apparently he was just getting anxiety attacks all the time when performing live, so he just quit the band completely. It's kind of interesting because the album is like really personal to him, so it's just
I'll add it to the
that's
playlist.
interesting. And I also really like the film Pig that came out last year as an inspiration. It's a great film. It
was great. My favorite part of that film was the like bar staff fight club elements of the storyline.
Yeah.
Well, for me it's Tall Girl 2, which we watched the other day. I think recently mine is just going to be about music, but I think I find a lot of comfort in listening to Sales, and I've been listening to them a lot recently, probably because I needed that comfort. But
it's because they're trending on TikTok.
It's not because they're trending on TikTok. I've been listening to them a lot recently. I think since last year I've got into Mitski a lot, probably obviously mentioned her like 3 times. But I've just been listening to like 2 slow dancers a lot. Toby showed that one to me. That's inspired me a lot. I just want to write like she writes, I guess.
It's be really sad.
You want to be Mitski.
Gotta get sadder.
That's gorgeous. Okay, well, I feel like we have chatted about loads of fun things, and I'm going to watch back last year's one now and see like what we were saying again. But maybe next time, if we get to do it next year, we can actually do the full Billie Eilish moment, and I can ask you the same questions and you can reflect. But to the people that are watching, thank you so much for watching and interacting, and obviously to Logo, Sarah and Toby and Courtney for coming back this year and kind of being the first act of Cultural Exchanges Fringe, the first year it's ever happened. Thank you so much. Where can people find you? I'll pop the links in the chat, but if you want to push these people anywhere, where do you want to push them to?
Right
here, right now. Probably we post more on there.
Yeah.
And that's Logo.
Yeah. With an EP coming out Friday.
We do, yeah.
Can people like pre-save that or anything?
I want to get a link.
We're trying to get a link.
Trying to get that link.
Okay, well guys, keep your eyes out for the link.
Send along.
Courtney, where can people find you and where do you want to push people to?
Just search my name. I'm on everything all the time.
Constantly,
chronically online. My name's Courtney Askey. There'll be new things happening in the near future.
New things coming soon.
Things coming soon. The name of probably my next single.
Well, yeah, this is the end of this event. Thank you guys once again. The next Fringe event that you can attend, because the one on Wednesday is sold out, is a live art workshop with Camille Medina, and you can find the details for that in the link in any Cultural Exchanges social media profile or in the events tab. But once again, thank you so much for being here and performing and just making online gigs still so lovely. But we'll see you guys soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.